Hey, you got something right there. Let me. Got your nose. Ah. How many times have you tried building a habit by setting your goals, planning it out, buying the things that you need, getting motivated, getting hype, and then giving up within a week? Probably like once or twice a month. And so one of my big focuses this year is to get more into fitness and specifically cycling. My goal is to like cycle every single day for the whole year. And so far, most habits go up and down, right? But for this one goal, I've done it in a specific way where I have not missed a day. I have 100% consistency. And so think right now, what would you do to make this habit stick? Probably get a new bike so you get a little bit of motivation, plan out the route you want to cycle, maybe you cycle at the same time every day. But I have one thing that trumps all of that. Instead of saying I'm going to cycle every day, I said I'm going to cycle to school every day. That changed everything. So this is the concept of habit stacking, which is the focus of this video. Instead of building a new habit on its own, latch it on to an existing habit. So for example, I latched the habit of cycling to the habit of going to school. Because if I just say cycle every day, I'm lazy, I won't go every single day. There's some days that I'll be able to willpower my way through it, but then I'll give up within a week. But for going to school, no matter what, no matter how lazy I am, I still gotta go to school. And so it's such a strong habit that some days it's like a public holiday and you don't even have school, but you still wake up, you go to the shower, you get freshed up, you get put on the clothes, and you realize, oh wait, there's no school. Okay. It's so automatic that you don't even have to think about it anymore. And that's a strong habit. So imagine the habit of going to school as this giant train barreling down the train tracks. No matter what, nothing will stop it. Rain or shine, snow or fall. Well, I'm in Singapore, so there's no snow or fall, so I guess like rain or shine or flood. Yeah, so this is school, right? It will continue to go strong. This is one of the best habits that we have because it's been ingrained over 15-20 years, depending on how old you are and when you started school. And then imagine this new habit of cycling as a rundown old car. It's kind of unreliable. Sometimes it starts, sometimes it doesn't. When it feels like it, it'll start. Instead of trying to push this on its own, why don't you go get a little bit of cable, a little bit of rope, and you latch it onto the habit of school? Because this has more than enough power to tow this. And so that's what I did. The habit of cycling was latched onto this. And so I continued to do it for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. And the interesting thing is, if you continue going this way for 4 months, and then you unlatch it, the school train will continue to go. But the thing is, the cycling car will also continue to go because it has momentum. So the thing is, after a little while, even without school, I just got into the habit of every day waking up and going to cycle. Whether I was cycling to school or somewhere else or just having fun with it, doesn't matter. I built the habit on its own. For example, now is the school break. I don't have school for the next 1 or 2 months and I'm still cycling every day simply because it became a habit. But it became a habit because of the momentum that school allowed me to have. And so whether you know it or not, I think most people already unconsciously habit stack. Like for example, you have the habit of watching content and you also have the habit of eating food. Most people do those two things together, right? You might be doing it right now. Like, what you having, bro? Let me. Oh, nice. Can I have one? Like, And so you probably see new habits as just new habits, a singular thing. And this is why you've been failing to build habits effectively. There's 2 terms I want to define: habit and routine. Habit is like brushing your teeth. You brush your teeth every single day. At least I hope you do. But routine is waking up before you brush your teeth, brushing your teeth, and then doing something like work afterwards. It's always in the same sequence. It's a sequence of habits. So if you've been on the productivity side of YouTube for even 0.2 seconds, you've heard James Clear's quote from Atomic Habits, which is build systems, not goals. Which is basically build the habits and the goals will happen by themselves. And so my version of that is to build routine, which then builds the habits, because again, a routine is just a bunch of habits. So if you have that, the habits take care of themselves. And those habits will get you to your goal. And so what I see a lot of people do is they have their routine like this. It's fully booked out with all the things that you do in your day. All these blocks show like one thing that you do, right? And then when they have a new habit, let's say the new habit here, they just kind of force it in and just expect it to fit. Imagine it's like a bookshelf with all the books. You can't just put a new book in if the whole bookshelf is already filled. You need to take something out. If not, it'll be cramped and it'll feel uncomfortable, which is probably how your routine feels anyway. So what you do instead is, instead of having the habit of commuting to school, I changed it to cycle to school. And so this easily fits inside because I'm replacing it with something else. And so think about the habits that you build. Have you just been living a normal life and then trying to fit this new thing in, and then it just doesn't want to fit in? It's simply because it's already full. And so what you need to do instead is replace something first. What is the least optimal thing that you do, replace it with this new habit. The key here is to not have it disrupt the rest of your routine. If I had cycling in the middle of the day or at night, it would change the other things in my day. But because I was gonna commute for 30 minutes anyway, if I just change it to 30 minutes of cycling, it's the same, right? And so it goes back to the normal routine quite seamlessly. It does not disrupt the rest or does not disrupt anything before. Instead of taking out an entire big 3 blocks here and replacing it with a new habit. That's very difficult to do. But the thing is, if you replace one and then replace another and then replace another, over months, you can change your whole routine. But you have to do it one by one, not all at once. So you want to make it as disruptless as possible. You want to have the routine pretty much stay exactly the same everywhere else. Make sure that when you're done with your new habit, the routine continues seamlessly. So when I go to school, I park my bike, the habit is done, right? I can just continue my day seamlessly. I go to school, everything's the same. So that is the best way. I just burped. That's the best way to go about it. Excuse me. So the last tip is to start small and go up the staircase. So when I started, I was only going once a week when I was cycling, and then I went up to 2, 3, 4, and nowadays I can go every single day. It's not really a problem for me. But the thing is, when I started at once a week, I actually really liked it. I enjoyed it off the bat because I choose a really nice route. I like the scenery. It's like it has hills and everything, so it feels really good when I go up a hill and then you go down really fast. But that meant that I actually wanted to go 2 or 3 times a week, but I forced myself to only go once. And so imagine the difference between version A of me, where I force myself to go every day, and within 2 weeks I'm too tired, I hate it, I don't want to go anymore, compared to version B, which is the one that I did, where I forced myself to go once a week, but I actually wanted to go 2 or 3 times a week. And so every single day that I woke up that I could go and cycle, I was hyped for it instead of dreading it. That is how you build a habit. Most people need discipline to force themselves to do the work. I actually needed discipline to stop myself from doing it so I could actually follow the plan. You want to win eventually, not immediately. There's no rush for me to start cycling every single day, right? There's no time limit. It's not like if I don't cycle every day, I'll die. And so if I was so focused on the goal of cycling 10 km every single day, I would have one eye on the road and one eye on the goal. So you miss a lot of like the fun and the intricacies of the journey instead of just being focused on, okay, I'll just go once a week. I just start off, just go slow. I don't have to win now, right? And so because of that, because I went very slowly, I was able to find new routes. I just randomly would just try a different route even though I was like late for school. So I found like, okay, this route has a lot of trees, so if it's windy, I can go this way. If it's raining, I can go this way because it's completely sheltered. If I'm late for school, okay, this one is the fastest, it's like completely cuts through everything. Okay, this one is the nicest scenery, so if I'm not late for school, if I have a bunch of time, I can go this way. It might take a little bit longer though. So we can see that I found a bunch of different things that I actually liked. And because of that, I'm going to be way more consistent with the habit because I actually like doing it every single day. I have options, I never get bored, and I enjoy the process. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. It's been working really well for me. So what habit are you trying to build? What is the thing that you've been trying to build for really long, but then you keep on failing? Now, go rethink it. Latch it on to an existing habit. Plan it in your routine, not as just in a vacuum, just a random habit. Plan it in your routine, and then stack it up. Finally, you can have your nose back. There you go. Enjoy. But yeah, if you like the tips, if you find this video useful, check out the first link below. That's Ruff Academy, where you get more of my tips. You get my long form content. You get to hop on weekly Q&A calls with me. It's basically a community where I spend all my time in there just to help the students in there. So you get to join a community where everyone in there has the same goals as you. They want to build habits, they want to become productive, they want to get straight A's. So I think if you watch to the end of the video, you're the perfect candidate to be in the community. I've been working really hard on it. So yeah, just go check it out. There's more information once you click the link. So yeah, click that link right now and take action. Pew! Mwah! Iron Man.